Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. A few days ago I was listening to the radio and there's this new app that will advance you $250 or some amount of money at no interest. And don't get me wrong, I would never do anything like that, but I was curious about the business model. So I went online to read more about it. And they charge, not surprisingly, they charge all sorts of other fees. But they refuse to use the word interest, right? And that way they could say there's no interest on that. It really goes to show that a lot of times it's how you word stuff, unfortunately, these days. I talk a lot about prejudice against singles. I've never had an employer who told me to come in because I'm single, I have nobody to take care of. No. They never use words like that. But they spin it to say support your colleague who has a child, right? Support people who are going through whatever situation, right? So I was teaching at a different college when I was asked to donate some of my vacation time because my colleague had a family member who had a complicated emergency. Nowhere in the ask did the word single ever come up, right? That's the problem, right? People think that single bias doesn't come up because they don't hear the word single in there, right? Now, speaking of the financial matter, another place where I hear this a lot is right now as I speak in 2023, there's a lot of employers that are offering same-day pay, right? Which part of the reason we even have a payday loan industry is you gotta wait so long to get paid after you've already fucking worked, right? I mean, the problem with I like the idea of same-day pay, but it shouldn't be called a perk, right? I mean, the idea that you only get paid once a month is kind of already a robbery, and they're going to give it back to you and call it a perk. Imagine I robbed you blind, and as a perk, I'm going to give you back everything I robbed, right? Would you call that a perk, right? Anyway, so the point of this video is it's not the words you use, it's the stuff that happens, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people have lost sight of that. Politicians love this stuff, right? They get to use whatever word they want, and then they call it something else, right? So right now, Biden has temporarily frozen the debt ceiling so that we don't have to deal with that right now, right? Although the word temporarily, right, has an interesting history with our financial system, right? History shows that it's usually not temporary. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.